Well, you can't really do a series of team tactics if you don't include Pep and Arteta. Now, this one is actually a combination tactic of Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. So, of course, Arsenal doing fantastic in the league these years. And, well, Man City, what else can you do? But the description on the page I got this from says, discover Pep and Arteta's perfect 4-3-3 FM24 tactics with a 94% win rate in this video. Learn how to dominate the game with these winning strategies. There is a video to it. As always, definitely check out the video. This is from our friend Joshua Daly, so he usually does a fantastic job creating these tactics, figuring out how to create them, why he's creating them, how he's doing it, and how to change things up when need be. So definitely check out the video, and you can get a lot more information from it. This is just a gleam of that video, basically, kind of going over the tactics with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side, Ipswich Town. But he tested out with Arsenal, doing a fantastic job. 38 played, 30 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses. Someone else did check it out with Ren, only getting, well, out of 34 played, 14 wins, 13 draws, and 7 losses. So I'm not going to say it's definitely going to work perfectly for you, but definitely worth a shot. Now, our Premier League teams. Liverpool doing a pretty phenomenal job. 89 points, 80 goals for is not too bad. We've definitely seen better, but they still tops the league. Could be anything that happened during the season. Man City could have just faltered a couple games. I mean, they lost 7, draw 6. So anything could have happened. Aston Villa, though, in 9th. 50 points, 62-4. That is not great. Schedule-wise for Liverpool, they do drop out immediately in the FA Cup third round, unfortunately, to their rivals Manchester United 0-1. However, beating Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup final 4-2, so there's another trophy. Unable to make it 3, though. Europa League final, you lose out to Napoli 0-2. So overall, not a bad season whatsoever. 2 winner trophies, very well done. Unfortunately, FA Cup completely faltering. Europa League, runners-up. But as you can see for Liverpool, it didn't work out nearly as well in the squad. But goals, 21 for Mohamed Salah is actually on a low side. 15 for Jota. Assists, 18 for Salah. Szoboszlai with only 14, and everyone else in single digits. Average rating, though, Salah getting 7.54. Aston Villa, we already saw the dropout to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final 2-4, but they still got runner-up, so that's not too bad. FA Cup 5th round, though, 0-1 against Southampton. And no trophies this season, losing out to Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa Conference League final 0-2. So overall, 2 runners-up, an awful job in the Premier League, and an awful job in the FA Cup. Yeah, I think you need to work very hands-on with this one with a team like Aston Villa. Now again, anything could have happened. Someone could have gotten an injury that just didn't pan out, but in this case, it didn't seem to work. There's not a lot of green here. 20 goals from Moussa Diaby, 12 for McGinn, Ramsey, Luiz, 10 for Bailey. Assists, 14 for Luiz, 13 for Zaniolo. I mean, their stats aren't awful, but they could have definitely picked it up a little. Zaniolo, though, with his 7.27. Data hub for Liverpool. Yeah, the attacking side just isn't as through the roof as we'd hoped, as we usually expect with them. Defensively, is very well done, though. Goals per game, 2.11, 0.74 conceded, 0.71 XG against. Aston Villa really not having a good attacking showing at all, and even defending is just cut off at that top, even more than usual. But goals per game, only 1.63, 1.58 conceded, 1.24 XG against is not great. Premier League stats, Liverpool with 2.34 points per game is not bad at all. Aston Villa with only 1.32. But for the rest of the stats, Liverpool in first with only 80 goals. That's not much. Aston Villa with 62. We've seen a lot from those two in the past, but fewer shots against. Liverpool in first with 231. Aston Villa with 347. Most possession, Liverpool in second with 61%. Aston Villa with 56. Most dribbles made, Liverpool with 643. Most tackles won, Aston Villa gets in there with 869. Best pass completion, 90% for Liverpool, 1 down for Aston Villa. And most shots for Liverpool with 509, Aston Villa with 403. That is really low for them. But now, with such mixed results for our Premier League teams, how did Ipswich Town fare? Well, 4th place. They got through the playoffs and are promoted to the Premier League next season, so phenomenal job there. 87 points, 93 goals. Yes, we've seen a lot higher, but hey, they made it through. Schedule-wise for Ipswich, nothing out of the ordinary. Out in the Carabao Cup 4th round, 0-2 against Fulham, and out in the FA Cup 3rd round immediately, 1-3 against Norwich. So overall, I mean, their big claim here this season is that they got through the playoffs, made it to the Premier League next season. Great job there. Overall, though, it's not the greatest. Squad-wise, you actually do have some green in there, but 14 goals for Connor Chaplin is the tops. Hurst all the way down with 8. 21 assists for Wes Burns. Leif Davis looks like, well, he's still there with 4. But average rating, Wes Burns gets a 7.31. Championship stats, Ipswich in 5th with 1.78 points per game. Most goals, of course, in 2nd, though, with 99. Fewest shots against in 2nd with 343. Most possession in 3rd with 59%. Most dribbles made in 8th with 744. Best pass completion in 3rd with 90%. And most shots for in 5th with 560. But now let us take a look at the tactic itself. We start out with a sweeper keeper in support, inverted fullback on the left in defend, a fullback in support on the right, a libero in support next to a ball-playing defender in defend, a DM in support, a Mazzala in attack above them next to a CM in support, 2 wingers in attack, and a poacher in attack up front. Positive mentality, in possession attacking width is fairly wide, approach plays pass into space, play out of defense, passing directness much shorter, tempo slightly lower, low crosses and work the ball in the box. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the entire back line and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more. But now how did it do for our 3 teams overall? I mean, okay. Ipswich Town getting through the playoffs is phenomenal. They're in 4th place. Very well done. As I always say, if you take control of this, you could definitely do a better job here. 87 to 99 might be a little bit of a task, but it's doable. So you could probably pick it up and do some work. Again, look at the video. He tells you how to get from point A to point B. And if you use those tactics and those types of informational pieces, you could bring Ipswich Town up. Now, Aston Villa, that's the problem. 9th place, 50 points. You got a long way to go to even reach Liverpool or even the Champions League section. But again, take a look at what he says. Maybe you could pick it up a bit better than 9th place. I mean, you could possibly get into Conference League sections. You could possibly do much better in the Conference League itself. But overall, Liverpool, the shiner here, 89 points, not too bad. But again, we've seen tactics that have done much better. But this 4-3-3, maybe it's what you're looking for and what you can kind of take. Use your own set pieces, your own training, your own transfers. Maybe you can bring these squads a hell of a lot higher. But that's it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.